Welcome to Combining Integers with Subtraction. Hopefully you've already watched the video on combining integers with addition, since we're going to be using the strategy that we used when we were combining integers with addition today. Since part of what we are going to do when we're dealing with subtraction is to reconfigure the combining of our integers to make it addition again. That's going to be our goal. So let's have a look at example 1. Example 1 says combine the following integers with subtraction. We have -7 minus -3. So again, we're thinking about piles here of different items. We're looking at a pile of negative things, the negative pile, and we're looking at the positive pile. And when we're combining them, we're going to be sort of putting them together and seeing exactly what signs and how many are left at the end. Now, combining is easier when we use addition. So let's zoom in here and get a look at this. -7 minus -3. So what I'm going to propose is that if we have -7 and we see that it's subtraction, so I'll just highlight that. That's subtraction right there. I want to change that. I want to change that to addition. So I'm going to do that right now. Put a plus right there instead of subtraction. So there's my plus. I can't just do that without also changing the sign that comes after it. That's important. So if I'm going to be changing subtraction to addition, which I want to do, it's easier to combine integers using addition, then I'm going to also change the sign that comes after it to its opposite. So if I look at the sign that comes after the subtraction, it's a -3. I'm going to change that to a +3. And I'm writing that on top, and I'm writing this in because I don't want to forget that I've done this when I get to my next step, because my next step now is essentially combining integers using addition, just like we did last time. So our first step from that lesson was to write out our first integer. So our first integer is -7. So there it is. I'm going to write out 7 negatives. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there they are. And now I'm going to write out my second integer, which I have changed to a +3. So I'm going to write that down next. There's my +3, and I will write that as 1, 2, 3 pluses. Now I'm going to combine or put a circle around pairs of pluses and minuses. And the thinking behind this is that a plus and a minus, they undo each other. So if you add something and then take away the same amount, essentially you have a net change of 0. And that's what we're going to try to articulate here using this, this little bit of a drawing. So I'm going to put circle around a minus and plus pair, so I've got one of each of them, and then I'm going to cancel them out, since in essence they do cancel each other out with a net change of 0. A minus and a plus, canceling out, a minus and a plus, and canceling out. So that's all the minus and plus pairs that I have. Let's see what remains. We're just going to count up. So what we have left are minuses. And how many of them? 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. That is our answer. -7 minus -3, which we changed to -7 plus +3, yields an answer of -4. Let's try this again. Oh, I'll put this in here where it says the answer is -4. Now let's have a look at example number 2, and we'll try this again. So in this example, we're being asked to combine, again, using subtraction. So we see our subtraction is right there. That's a clue for us. If we see subtraction, we know we want to start to think, I want to change this to addition. So this question says +6 minus +4. So let's go through that action again of changing the subtraction to addition, since that's our goal. The thing we have to do after that is change the sign after it to its opposite. So that's a +4. We're now going to change that to a -4. That is our new second integer. So let's go back to the beginning. We are going to write out each of those integers. So our first integer was +6. Let's write that out now as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pluses. And we'll write out our second integer. Used to be +4, but after we changed subtraction to addition, now this is a -4. And I'm going to write that out as 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. Now we are going to group together pluses and minuses in pairs. and scratch them out or sort of cancel them out as they undo each other. There's a second one, a third one, and a fourth one. So now we're out of plus minus pairs. What do we have left? We have pluses left, so our answer is going to be positive. And how many pluses do we have left? 1, 2 of them. So our answer is going to be plus 2. And that's how we combine integers using subtraction, by changing it to combining integers using addition, and then changing the sign of this integer that follows it to its opposite. So what I'd like you to do here is try example A on your own, and when you've got it, come on back to this video and we'll see how you did. Okay, let's have a look at this. Here we have -1 or -1 minus +4. So there's that subtraction sign again showing up right there. I want to change that. I want to change that to be addition, which means I'm going to put an addition sign right here. But in order to do that, I have to change the sign after it to its opposite. So there is our +4. Now this is going to become for us a -4. From here, we treat it just like we're combining integers using addition. So there is a -1. I'll write that one out first. There's my 1 minus, and my second integer is now also a -4. So I'll write that out as 1, 2, 3, 4. Next step, of course, is to combine positives and negatives together, put a circle around them, cancel them out. In this case, we don't actually have any plus minus pairs. All we have are minuses. So our answer when we combine these are going to be, or is going to be minus. And how many minuses do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So our answer is going to be -5. I'd like you to hit pause in the video here and try example B on your own. When you've got an answer, come on back and we'll see how you did. Alright, let's have a look here. We have -5 minus +2. Again, our clue is that we've got this subtraction here happening. We want to change that to addition. So I'm going to do that now. But if I'm going to change that to addition, I have to change the sign after it. So that one's going to change from a +2 to a -2. And now we write these out. So there is our first integer is -5. Looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Our second integer is -2. Looks like this. 1, 2. Now we're going to combine pluses and minuses. Again, in this case, we don't have any plus minus pairs. All we have are minuses. So our answer is going to be minus, and now we count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our answer will be -7. And this is how we combine integers using subtraction. We change the subtraction to addition, and as a part of that, we change the sign of the integer after it to its opposite. So that's how we combine integers with subtraction. Hopefully it's feeling good now and you can head off and conquer the worksheet.